The Pennsylvania game is made possible in part by
the Pennsylvania Public Television Network. The network receives funding from the Commonwealth to provide public television for all Pennsylvanians.
The first American steel plant was built in Pennsylvania in 1866 and is one of the few steel plants in operation today. Where is this plant located? A. Pittsburgh, B. Steelton, C. Johnstown, or D. Bethlehem? The answer is B. Steelton. In May 1866, the Steelton plant in Steelton, Pennsylvania became the first plant in America built specifically to produce steel. During the mid-1800s, steel rails developed in Europe were far superior to the wrought iron rails manufactured in the United States. 2 months after the end of the Civil War, the Pennsylvania Steel Company formed to produce this high-quality steel in America. The Steelton site was chosen as the home for their first factory because of its proximity to railroad lines, the Pennsylvania Canal, and the Susquehanna River. Today, the Steelton complex stretches over 4 miles of the Susquehanna River near Harrisburg and remains the major provider of railroad rails in the United States. Although invented by an Italian monk in the 6th century, the first commercial pretzel bakery in America was established by Julius Sturgis of Lidditz, Pennsylvania in 1861. Why were pretzels twisted into a crisscross shape? A. They were made to resemble a local bishop's family coat of arms. B. It was a gimmick to enhance appearance and increase bakery sales. C. The crisscross shape prevented the doughy confection from breaking so easily. Or D. They were shaped after the folded arms of children in prayer. The answer is D. According to legend, the pretzel was invented by a medieval Italian monk to reward youngsters for memorizing their prayers. The word pretzel may have originated from the Latin prezzola, or little reward, and was shaped to resemble the folded arms of children in prayer, the 3 holes representing the Trinity. Lidditz, in the heart of Pennsylvania Dutch country, is thought to be the birthplace of the American pretzel. It's said that in the late 1850s, a hobo jumped off a train in Lidditz and was given a free meal by a baker named Ambrose Roth. In exchange for Roth's charity, the hobo gave the baker a recipe for the pretzel. Roth passed on the recipe to his apprentice, Julius Sturgis, who opened the first commercial pretzel bakery in America in 1861. On August 15, 1965, by act of the General Assembly, an official state dog of the Commonwealth was named. The breed was favored by William Penn, founder of Pennsylvania. Is it the A, English Pointer, B, Golden Retriever, C, Boxer, or D, Great Dane? The answer is D. The Great Dane became the official state dog of Pennsylvania in 1965. Why the Great Dane over other breeds? For starters, the Great Dane, like William Penn, came from England. A painting by artist Violet Oakley that's displayed in the governor's reception room depicts the Great Dane as Penn's best friend. With characteristics similar to Pennsylvania's, the powerful Great Dane, one of the giant working breeds, is regal, strong, and elegant. Fanny Sellens lived and worked in Pennsylvania's Allegheny Valley from 1917 to 1919. Considered by some an angel of mercy, by others a thorn in the side, she was openly threatened by her adversaries. On August 26, 1919, she was shot and killed. Why was she murdered? A, for practicing euthanasia. B, for helping to organize non-union workers, urging them to strike for better pay and working conditions. C, for removing children she felt were abused or neglected from their homes. Or D, an herbalist and healer. She was believed to be practicing witchcraft. The answer is B. An organizer for the United Mine Workers of America, Fanny Sellens was sent to Allegheny Valley in 1917. A well-known anti-union area, Sellens helped miners organize. She visited them during strikes, aided women and children, and cared for their sick. Miners and their families regarded her as an angel of mercy. Allegheny Valley coal operators considered her a thorn in their side. On August 26, 1919, miners from the Allegheny Coal and Coke Company were striking. Sellens was on the scene when several deputy sheriffs and a mine official attacked the strikers. Shots were fired, killing both Sellens and local steelworker Joseph Starzaleski. 10 deputies were charged with the murders, but no one was ever punished. But rather than scaring workers off, Sellens' murder inspired more workers to unionize. In 1920, UMWA workers built a memorial at Sellens' grave in Union Cemetery in Arnold. The Museum of Modern Art in New York City is probably the world's most comprehensive repository of modern art. In 1996, MoMA, as it's often called, opened an $11.2 million center in Hamlin, Pennsylvania. For what purpose? A, to establish a film preservation center. B, to create a training center for artists and sculptors. C, to establish an Artists' Hall of Fame. Or D, to preserve and exhibit modern quilt art of rural Pennsylvania. The answer is A. In 1996, the Museum of Modern Art established the $11.2 million Celeste Bartos Film Preservation Center in Hamlin, Pennsylvania, because the air there is pure and clean and considered ideal for film preservation. The center, which contains over 14,000 films, 1,000 videotapes, and various movie-related posters, books, and photographs, is located on a wooded 38-acre estate in Hamlin. Some 50 million feet of film is stored in the refrigerated vaults of this two-building film archive. Works from every decade of cinema, beginning with Thomas Edison's kinetoscope in 1884, to films by Clint Eastwood and Martin Scorsese, can be found there. Among the museum's more famous holdings is the original copy of The Great Train Robbery. In 1747, Springett's Penn, the great-grandson of William Penn, deeded a 370-acre tract of land in York County to Jacob Rutter. Still in the Rutter family today, the property has historical significance. Why? A, it was the site of the nation's first shelter for widowed, divorced, and abused women. B, it's the nation's oldest family farm. C, it was the most significant way station for slaves on the Underground Railroad. Or D, it was the first house in the nation to have running water. The answer is B. Farming Magazine conducted a nationwide search in 1995 and named the Rutter Family Farm of York County as the nation's oldest family farm. Deeded in 1747 to Jacob Rutter and his brother-in-law, 8 generations of Rutters have occupied the land, which has been dedicated to family farming for more than 100 years. Today, the Rutter Corporation includes Rutter's Dairy, which processes about 1 million gallons of milk each year, a real estate division, and a family restaurant. The enterprise provides a livelihood for 750 employees and 12 family members. What's to ensure the future of the Rutter family farm? Well, they say create opportunities to give the next generation a reason to be part of the business, cooperate with one another, and never, never sell the land. In 1839, Joseph Saxton, an American engineer employed by the United States Mint in Philadelphia, used a cigar box and another household item and became one of the first Americans to make what? A, a camera. B, a music box. C, a commercially successful mousetrap. Or D, a jack-in-the-box. The answer is A, a camera. In 1839, history was made when Louis Daguerre, the father of photography, announced to the world his process of capturing an image, which came to be known as a daguerreotype, on a light-sensitive silver-coated plate. People were intrigued by this process and began trying it on their own. Among the curious was Joseph Saxton, an employee of the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. Using a cigar box and an ordinary magnifying glass, Saxton designed one of the first cameras made in America. With a strip of polished silver normally used to press coins, Saxton captured an image of the State Armory and the Philadelphia Central High School from a second-story window of the Mint. The photograph, which measured 1 3/4 by 2 5/6 inches, has been preserved by the Historical Society of Philadelphia and is America's oldest surviving photograph.
A copy of the program you've just seen can be purchased through Penn State Media Sales at mediasales.psu.edu or by calling 800-770-2111.